Joining me now to discuss this is Joel Rubin, president of the Washington Strategy Group and a former Deputy Assistant Secretary of State. Joel, thanks for being here. Is Kushner's
My
trip...
pleasure, Eric.
Sure. Is Kushner's trip an effort to maybe do things differently than when the president came forward and announced moving the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem? I mean, as you know, that's been a big bone of contention.
So this seems to be a very slowly unfolding Middle East peace plan that the Trump administration is creating. As you point out, the president has hinted for now about 2 years that he was ready to make Middle East peace happen. And there was a high expectation that at the State of the Union address, he would have said something about it, because these rumors about the trip and the plan coming out have really reached a good level of discussion here in Washington. But no news, and we really don't know what is to come out of this trip and what details there are. And that's very troubling, because it really has been drip, 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 and there's no real clarity about what the administration wants to do.
And there are big implications for sure. You know, is Kushner in danger of letting details of this secret plan get out? I mean, he has to give specifics during his trip, right?
Well, I hope so. I mean, he's been very good about, and he and his aide, Jason Greenblatt, have been very good about keeping it close hold. But that also can make one concerned that there aren't really many new details in there, or many details at all. And there have been details for several decades now done by previous administrations, by non-governmental groups, think tanks. Generally, people understand in the policy community about what it is that needs to get done to get a Middle East peace plan to work. So I don't know why they're holding back on sharing these details. If they want to build political support for peace, they need to get moving quickly on it.
And it's not just a political plan, right, but an economic plan as well. Explain the economic piece here.
So that's what's most troubling about this, is that this is not an economic conflict between the Israelis and the Palestinians. It's a political conflict. And we've seen this happen in the past. In the mid-2000s, the Bush administration promoted economic peace and economic development, mostly in the West Bank, and hoped that that would then lead to a political settlement. If that's the same approach here, where they're looking to maybe build jobs or improve the condition of people in Gaza, help strengthen communities in the West Bank, but with no political horizon, it's going to be met very negatively by the Palestinians. And the other question is who's going to pay for it? Are the American people going to pay for this through appropriations? Is the Trump administration looking for Gulf states to foot the bill? And would they foot the bill if they don't see a real political endgame for the Palestinians to get a state? Those are deep, strong questions, and that's why I'm very skeptical about an economic approach first, really leading to a political solution.
Right, and then taking a step back here, overall, you know, why go on a listening and presentation tour in the first place? If the plan is done, why not just put it out there when the time comes?
That's what people are asking. These teasers and the slow roll of the plan makes one sense that the Israelis maybe don't want the plan. Maybe the administration doesn't really feel confident in it. Now they're talking about delaying it till after the Israeli elections in April. What will the next timeline be? The American elections in a year and a half? Really, at a certain point, one has to ask, is it time to fish or cut bait, really, on this plan?
And do you think it's just an effort really to at least appease the Palestinians, say, well, look, we're coming over, we're asking questions, we're getting input, and then we're going to ultimately put out the plan that we have in place?
Well, the challenge for the Trump administration is that currently they don't have any relations with the Palestinian Authority. And the danger now is that they're essentially negotiating with themselves and with Israel and looking to third parties in the Arab world to engage and describe what the Palestinians need. But we know what the Palestinians need, and the Palestinians have been very clear. And so they're sort of dancing around the end point. And that makes it very difficult to see them getting an actual agreement moving forward. And that's really challenging for Jared Kushner going out to the region. He's going to really see a lot of skepticism about his plan. All
right, Joel Rubin, thanks for joining us. We'll see what happens when the plan is eventually released.